Hi everyone, so in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to achieve this beautiful flounce design. So I'm going to be taking you guys step-by-step method on how you can achieve this. So this is for a tutorial, I'm not making it for anyone, okay? So I'm going to be using this little processor to show you guys on how you can achieve yours, okay? So first, you are going to fold your fabric into two, just like this. So the length I have here is 26 inch, so I'll mark half of the 26 inch, which is 13 inches. Okay, I'll mark it to get the midpoint of the fabric. You get, so when you fold yours by two, get your midpoint. Yours will be more than mine because you want it fuller. Okay, so after marking the midpoint, which is 13 inch, you're going to also, I'll get the midpoint of the wideness. So what I have there for the wideness is 16 inch. The midpoint is 8 inch. Okay, I'm just marking half of 16 inch, which is 8 inch. All right, so I'm going to make a straight line with it. So you're going to use a straight ruler to make a straight line with it, just like so. Can you see what I have here? So you should have something looking like this after you are done. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is to mark out 1 inch on this side, then mark out extra 1 inch on this other side. Do the same thing here. You have about 1 inch, like in three places. Okay, you have 1 inch in three places. So you're going to connect the three dots to give you at least half of a circle. Okay, this is not a full circle, it will give you half of a circle. So the next thing is to determine the length you want for your flounce. So for me, I want it at 3 inch, and 3 inch is okay for it. Okay, it's best for it. So I'm going to mark the 3 inch like so, then I'm going to connect from that point to this other point where I stopped the 3 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to be explaining, you know little by little, so you guys understand. You're going to continue marking the 3 inch. Just watch what I'm doing here. Okay, watch very well so you understand the areas I'm placing my tape and the areas I'm marking the 3 inch. You're going to mark your 3 inch, make sure it goes round, and if you're making this design, ensure your fabric is very much bigger than mine. Okay, I once said this is a tutorial sake, like I'm not making the sleeve for anyone. Okay, so for the wideness of this fabric, since mine is 16 inch, yours could be about 20 inch to 22, 23, or 25. Okay, and the length, you should also increase the length of your fabric as well. Okay, so it can go all around your band. You get, so now you're going to continue marking the 3 inch, and I'll stop this 3 inch at any point the fabric ends. So I have just the 3 inch only on this point. You can see if I continue marking, I will have just 1.5 inch to 2 inch on this area. Okay, so what I want to do now is just to end the 3 inch out at this point. Okay, so now I'm going to connect all the 3 inch I already marked out. I will connect all of them. You can see all the dots there. I'm going to continue, connecting, marking all around like so, drawing it all around like so. Then I'll continue doing that until I get to this point. So this is where my 3 inch stopped, so I'm going to connect like so. Just make a straight line, you connect it like so. Can you see? After connecting, you're going to do the needful by cutting them out. So I'm going to first cut all the parts that is not needed. Okay, you cut all the excess, just like so. Cut all the excess you have, cut all the part that is not needed. Then once you are done cutting that, you're going to now cut your flares. Okay, can you see what I'm doing here? I already have a tutorial on how to do this. Okay, so now I am going to end it at that point, then I'll just remove the excess. So after cutting my flames, you can see what I have here. The tutorial on how to cut this flounce is also on the channel. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description box, just in case you are yet to understand this one, but it's very simple. I doubt you wouldn't understood it. Okay, so I'm going to be making use of this crinoline. The wideness I have there is 2 inch. So because your flounce is 3 inch length, your crinoline should be, 2 inch wideness. Don't use 1 inch. Okay, if you use 1 inch, that means you're going to double it. Then you're also going to be needing your hemming gum. Okay, we're going to be sewing together with the crinoline, and you're also going to be needing your masking tape. All right, so use your masking tape to secure this edge. It's very hard, so you have to secure it with your masking tape. Okay, you're going to do the same thing on the other edge. All right, so now that I'm done with this, next thing you want to do now is to place it directly on the wrong side of your fabric. You get at the bottom part. So I've just separated it now. I've separated it. So now from the wrong part, on the bottom part of your flounce, from the wrong part of the fabric, you're going to place like so. Place your crinoline first before placing your hemming gum. Then once you are done with that, you're going to place the other piece right side facing each other from the other side. You get your two piece should be together like so. Then you place your hemming gum and crinoline together on this other side. Now go ahead and stitch. Okay, you're going to sew this with half inch. So I've gone ahead to sew. You can see what I have here after I was done sewing. So this is how you sew your crinoline and hemming gum together with the fabric. Can you see what I have here? Next thing you shouldn't forget to do is to stitch the both side. Stitch inside the both side. Okay, so you do that with half an inch. If you don't want to stitch the both side from the inside, you can make a side on both side of your fabric and on the upper part. What I mean by side is weave. You can weave the both side and the upper part of your flames, then go ahead to iron very flat like so. Okay, so this is a tutorial sake. That's the reason why I did not search, so I rather use a stitch. Okay, but if you want it very neat, make use of your weaving, or you just stitch the both side from the inside of the fabric or from the wrong side of the fabric before turning it outside right. If you don't understand whatever I'm saying here, you can just ask a question in the comment section. So you're going to also cut the band. This is where you're going to be attaching your flames. So you're going to take your own measurement. For me, I have 6 inch. Okay, mine was 12 inch, but since my fabric is on a fold, I had to mark 6 inch. That is half of the 12 inch, and I added extra half an inch for stitching allowance. That's why I marked 6.5. And for the wideness, what I have there is 4 inches. Okay, so you're going to go ahead now to cut it out like so. After cutting, this is what I have. So the next you want to do now is to stitch with half inch from the other end to the other end straight. Okay, so after stitching, I also went ahead to iron, and you can see my seam line is at the center of the fabric. Make sure yours is like that as well. Okay, so also iron very well like so. Then what I'm doing next is mark half an inch on both side of the edge. Okay, that will serve as the half-inch stitching allowance that I'm going to be attaching together on the dress. So having done that, next thing you want to do is to mark the space you're going to be attaching your flange. So you can see mine is very short. My own flange is very short, like it doesn't have length. Okay, so I'm just marking 1 inch so that I can at least fill it up a little bit. Okay, so if you're making yours, use half inch space to attach your flange. Okay, if you don't want to mark the half inch, you can just be joining or be attaching it. You can use quarter of an inch, just observe quarter of an inch or half an inch to just join it. Okay, so this will make it look more fuller, more neater, and very sweet, like to make it look very very attractive, more sweet, and so on. So you can see what I'm doing here. Now you're going to go ahead now to join like so. So this is my machine. I'll just make it of the old machine. Okay, so you're going to just attach like so. Then you're going to go ahead and stitch just like you see me doing here. So when you stitch and get to this side, you're going to turn it over to the other side and go ahead and continue the same thing. Like I said, I wanted to just fill up the space I have there. That's why I marked at least 1 inch. So you can use like quarter of an inch or half an inch to join yours to look more finer, more beautiful, more attractive, more neater and fuller. Okay, so I'm just going to continue sewing and attaching my flange to these marks I made until I'm done. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing here. You can see how I'm attaching you can see how I'm sewing it. Okay, so just go ahead and do yours like so. So I'll just leave you guys to watch this. Watch what I'm doing here. Okay.
Candy hearts and whispered dreams, sunshine on the silver streams. Love's a song that softly sings, featherlight on angel wings. Starry nights and moonlit skies.
So guys, this is how it came out after I was done sewing. So you can see how beautiful this look. Okay, so I did not get to fill up this other space because the fabric I used was actually very small. Share I told you guys this thing from the beginning of the video. I told you the fabric I used was very small, so you should increase yours by length and width. Do you get? So you should just increase yours so it can get to the other end before attaching to your dress. You get? So this is what I have here. Let me just explain. So after sewing, if you notice that this edge is just falling like so, you just have to just tack it like this. Okay, so you can see the reason why I say you should, sew your edge, sew it from the inside so you don't have this rough part. If you don't want to sew from the inside, you can, weave it, like you use the same color of your fabric to weave it, or you rather still just sew from the inside. Okay, so this is what I have here after it's done. So make sure you set your own upper part of the flounce. Okay, set it so you don't have this rough look. Okay, and you can see so much space I have there. It's because I used the 1 inch. I already told you guys why I did so you can just stitch with half inch or quarter of an inch, but trust me, if you use quarter of an inch to sew this or half inch, you're not going to be noticing anything. Like, it will look so beautiful. You're not going to be noticing anything at all. So guys, I'm going to stop here because the tutorial has already come to an end. So if you love this video, kindly hit on the subscribe button for me. If this video was helpful, if maybe one way or the other it really helped you, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll always be notified anytime I post interesting tutorials. Okay, thank you and bye.